Welcome to morning movement and meditation practice. Today is Thursday. It's a day, and we're just gonna get going with our movement, our meditation, all things good. And today we are celebrating, apparently, because our affirmation, our card is, I am triumphant. I celebrate victories big and small. I am triumphant. And this is not a word I'd ever usually pick, triumphant, one I don't hear very often, but it's fun to bring those kind of different words that have very similar meaning to each other into our practice. I celebrate all victories, big or small. And on Zoom here, we just shared some of our victories or things we're celebrating, whether it's something we're looking forward to or something that had happened, and bring that feeling, bring that with you throughout your day, big or small. So let us stand up and get going. And we are going to stand with wide feet on our yoga mat. I'm usually lengthwise just so you can see me, but you can be really any place that feels good to you. So our feet are pretty wide, toes turned out, bend the knees. We're always getting into that same stance to begin this practice. I was debating if I should change this up. No, we'll keep it the same, just so that we have this nice routine we can come back to without overthinking. So hands come down by the thighs. And as you breathe in, lift the hands to the shoulders. As you breathe out, hands float down. And let's celebrate this breath, this nice deep breath in and out through the nose. And how much this breath guides us through our day, through our yoga practice, through our emotions, and through our life, keeping us alive, something we are often unaware of, but it happens each moment. And when we focus back to the breath, we can become more present, more centered. Let's take one more inhale and exhale. Okay, release and relax those hands and the arms and feel soft. Feel a little bit heavy into those heels. Even closing the eyes if it feels good. Take your chin down to your chest and rock the head side to side, making a half circle with the head rolling. And it's safest just to move in the front direction, forward, chin down, and around. If your neck feels okay, take it to a full rotation and maybe work on that back half of the neck. And then bring your head back up to the center, like make fists with the hands and do our arm circles. 2 arms together this time. And switch directions. Just some quick arm circles and bring the arms down, rotate through the wrists, figure 8s, get all those little cracks out, fingers moving. Shake out the hands, the wrists. They do so much for us each day. Celebrate your hands. And we'll take our hands just off the hips and rotate through the waist. Core strength, something we are even cultivating right here, standing up. We want to keep the abs drawn in. And take your time getting into the twisting motion. Good, and slow that down. So we're going kind of quicker today. Slow it down, release, reach up, inhale. Exhale, pull the elbows down, 90-degree bend in the elbows, rebend in the knees. Press them back as you inhale, squeeze the shoulders. Side bend, press one hand down, other hand comes across, exhale. And we'll do that 2 times each side. Inhale, back to those goalpost arms. Exhale, press to the side. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press it. Inhale, reach all the way up. And let's take the hands slowly out and down. Feet come together. Step 1 foot back. Knee lifts. High knees or high kicks. When you feel comfortable with it, high kick. Oh, hamstrings. Okay, and bring that down. Switch sides. So we're celebrating victories today, yes? And sometimes victories don't come in the shape of big, celebrations or big packages. It can be simply overcoming an obstacle or getting stronger among the challenges of life. Or when you find something that's been lost for a while, even something as simple as that. By the way, thanks, Mom, for finding my thing that was lost for 7 months. My AirPod charger. Okay, bring it back down. And rotate a couple of times in the ankles and the toes just to feel them lifting up. Sometimes I just like to finish that out all the way down to the toes. And we're stepping to the top of our mat. We're going to do our triumphant sun salutations. Is that a thing? Not really, but I'm making it up. So engaging with that feeling of how I want to be today in this practice. I am triumphant. I celebrate victories, big and small. Okay, bring it in. Standing tall with our feet about hip distance, reach those hands up, connect the hands, and draw them down to your heart. Close your eyes for a moment. Take a couple deep breaths in, feeling the strength, the upliftedness, and the peace that you can cultivate with just a single breath. Reach up again, inhale. Open those arms and fold forward. Exhale. Say hello to those hamstrings. Look at the knees. Take the hands on the shins. Lengthen the back. Half lift, maybe with bent knees. Exhale, plant the hands down and step both feet back. Take your time, a few steps, big steps to get there. You can hold and meet in down dog or come with me to plank pose and build a little bit of strength with this plank. So up to you. Plank can also be kneeling anytime. Hug those elbows in. Whether you're kneeling or you're not, send your gaze and your shoulders forward as you bend the elbows into the body. Press into the hands, upward dog, shoulders back. Again, we can skip this and go straight to down dog. Now it's downward dog. If you're with me in up dog, look down, press into the hands, lift the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Let's take the feet a little closer together because we'll lift a leg. Lift that right leg high, bend the knee, and add an external rotation. See what that feels like. Not a big one. We don't want to overstretch it, but draw the knee up towards the ceiling. Right heel towards the left shoulder. You can rotate through that ankle a few times. And we're going to take the foot back down. Re-level off the hips and send the right foot back to the floor, big toes touching. Left leg rises. First find that squared hip variation, bend the knee, and then rotate through the top of the femur by the hip. Lift that left knee. Keep both hands equally grounded.
And then you can rotate the ankle if you weren't a couple times. And then unrotate, that a word, unrotate. Bring it back to center, both feet down on the floor. Step the feet a little wider, about hip distance, pressing into the heels. Lift those hips, mount the chest. Then walk the feet forward to the top of the mat. Just behind the hands, half lift, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Standing up tall, look forward, open the arms, reach up. And then bring the hands down to your heart as you're standing tall. We'll add a couple lunges to this practice. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, open arms, forward fold. Half lift, inhale, fingertips can stay on the ground or to your shins. Exhale, keep the right foot down, left foot steps back, lunge. Walk the hands back so they're in line with that right foot, and take the back knee down. We'll do a few back and forth motions from kneeling lunge to half splits. So we sweep those arms forward and up, adding this little back bend. Inhale, exhale, the hands come down and the hips shoot back as you straighten that front leg. Pull the right toes back, half splits. Let's do that motion a few times, make it smooth, and if you need an extra breath, that's all right. Palms face each other, gaze up on that lunge. Exhale, take it forward and down. We're going for a little bit of balance training here too. Inhale, reach up. Add even more lift through the chest, softness through the shoulders. Exhale, half splits. Back to that lunge one more time. Reach up. Keep the right hand lifted. Left hand comes down to the floor on the inside of that right foot. Reach up with the right hand and then decide, do you want to tuck the back toe under and lift that knee? Maybe. Or you can keep the knee down. One more option for you. Bend that left knee. Reach back with the right hand. Depends on your flexibility. Find the toe. I'm not there today. But you might be. Okay, and then let go of the toe if you have it. Take the knee back down. Both hands come down to the floor. It can be on the inside or the outside of that right foot. That's fine. We step it back to down dog. So notice the difference already from right to left leg. There's a little difference there. Take a big inhale to a sighing exhale. Then we'll walk it forward again. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Rising up, inhale. Hands back to your heart. Settling back into this mountain pose for a moment. Another breath in and out. Okay, reach up, inhale. Let's go to the other side. Exhale, forward fold. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, step back with the right foot. Left foot stays forward. And you can take that back knee down. Front knee's in line with the ankle. Flatten the back foot. And you might have your knees a little closer together. You might have blocks underneath your hands, which helps to raise the floor a little higher, or books. All of those options are great. Let's take it up. Inhale to a lunge. Kneeling, high lunge. Reach up, reach back. Exhale, straighten the legs. See what we've got for balance. And go smoothly back and forth 2 more times. We'll meet back in that lunge, reaching up. Prepping for the twist. Keep the left hand lifted. Right hand goes to the inside of the foot. Give yourself as much space as your body needs. And we twist, pressing into that right hand. Look up to the left thumb. Perhaps tuck the toes under and lift the back leg. Press into the big toe of the left foot. It'll help you feel more, get into that twist. You might grab the back foot. Could be a thing, maybe not. Good. If you've got the foot, let it go. You can take the back knee back down or keep it lifted as we bring our left hand forward and down on the inside or the outside of the foot. Tuck the back toes, lift that left foot, step it back to downward facing dog. Good. Celebrate your down dog. This is a powerful pose that can become a resting pose. A pose that isn't always comfortable to begin with, but as we notice ourselves building strength, feeling better and better each day, is something to look forward to enjoy. And then take the knees down. Walk the hands back underneath the shoulders. Arch the back, look up, and round the back and look down. We've got cat and cow. Do that once more. Okay, on the hands and knees, we're going to lift up so you're on your knees. If you need a little extra cushion or to roll your yoga mat, that works. For the knees anyway. And take your right hand to your hip. Roll the shoulder back, left arm reaching straight up. Look to the side. See, I'm a little bit of a side bend here. And then lean back just slightly, pressing your hips forward, chest lifted, and this side bend of sorts with this camel pose. Now, as you get more comfortable with back bending and your core feels strong to support you, we can start to draw that left shoulder back so it's more of the front facing half camel. And then switching that, look over your right shoulder again, lift back up, pull the hips back in, bring the hands down. Ooh, little tingly sensation in the left hand. Left hand to the hip, right arm reaches up, look over your left shoulder. Just a little press, even if you are back bendy, which I am, we're not going for this deep expression of a back bend. We just want this nice reach, lift through that right hand. Maybe taking that right shoulder and hugging it back in over the right hip. And then look over the left shoulder again and release that. Bring the hand down. Feel the tingly sensation. And one more, just a small camel pose with both hands on the hips. Roll the shoulders back and down. Press into the hands. Hips come forward. Abs nice and strong. Look up and lift. Try to lift the chest. Squeeze the shoulders. Create a C shape in the spine. Less in the lower back, more focus on the rib cage area. And we come out of it by rolling ourselves from the bottom to the top and sit. Sit on the heels for a moment. Anytime we do a back bend that's energizing like that, we want to come to more of a neutral place, not a complete forward fold, but neutral, sitting, contemplating life, reminding ourselves of all things good, big and small, or at least some things. Okay, from there, lean to the side and bring your legs around. Seated. So get comfortable, and before we do our meditation, take the hands forward and walk them forward around the back a little bit here, because we just added a little back bend and some core strength to our practice. So now that we sat in that neutral position, a nice round. Okay, and walk the fingertips back up. Look over your right shoulder or look to the right, twist to the right for an exhale, and twist to the left for an exhale.
Breathing in between, and back to the center. Okay, seated meditation. We've got a few minutes left, so let's be here together, celebrating our victories, celebrating accomplishments, and just celebrating life, big or small. This is much like a practice of gratitude, where we're thinking of what we're grateful for, but this time, oftentimes, celebrating yourself, what you've created, what you've become. So sit tall, rest your hands wherever comfortable. Bring your focus back to your breath. I celebrate each breath. I celebrate each inhale and exhale. You can simply celebrate the ability to be here, to focus on your breath in a quiet, wonderful atmosphere. And think back to the last day, week, month, or even year. And not just the thoughts or the memories, but the feelings you cultivated when you did something triumphant, when you accomplished a task that was challenging, when you heard wonderful news from a family member. What does that feel like in your body? Call to mind those sensations. Maybe you remember your heart rate increasing just a little bit. A smile drawing up the face, up the cheekbones. And perhaps a tingling, excited sensation. The sense of accomplishment is often so fleeting. So let's bring that back to the feeling of celebration. And we'll be here for a few more minutes with our breath and our focus to the sensations arising for being triumphant. I start to take a deeper breath back in. Let that go. Feel the sensations in your body, wiggling the fingers and the toes. And slowly starting to reopen the eyes. It was so nice today celebrating with all of you. I enjoy having everyone in our morning practice. So let's go ahead and finish this with a big celebratory inhale. Reach up, gathering all goodness, and then bring it down to your heart. Exhale. One more breath. Why not? Inhale. Fully let it go. Once again, thank you for joining morning movement and meditation practice. It was delightful to have you here today. I hope to see you again tomorrow or very soon. Namaste.